Sentinel was released for the Atari 2600 in 1990. Your mission is to protect this massive orb called the Sentinel by shooting all the alien ships that are trying to steal its energy. To do so, you need to use the gun accessory. That's right, the Atari 2600 did have light gun games, or games singular. This was the only one. Now, I'm not going to be able to review this game properly because I can't really play it. The emulator doesn't support the mouse as a substitute for the gun, and because the game is pretty rare, I don't feel like buying it just for the sake of making a video about it. Not to mention I'd have to get the damn gun on top of it, which would be useless for anything other than playing this one game. So this is more of an overview of the game itself than an actual review, but I do want to cover it. And this footage sucks. It's just the demo playing back before you start the game, since I can't actually play it. Anyway, like most light gun games for other consoles, it's a pretty one-dimensional game. You just blast shit. But the game does get more difficult as you traverse through the levels, and there are 4 total. Something you don't see every day on the 2600 too are boss battles, but you get those here as well. Regular enemies are on the ground or in the air with various forms, speeds, and some of them fire projectiles, but you can shoot these down also. If they make contact with or land hits with their guns on the Sentinel itself, then some of its energy drains. You do get some power-ups like energy pods that restore health, and there's an insta-kill item that you activate by shooting the Sentinel. There's a HUD on the bottom of the screen displaying your health, distance to the boss, lives remaining, and points. The levels do change up the scenery with different colors, and some new enemies are introduced, and like I said, the difficulty increases, but other than that, there's not a lot of variety here, which isn't helped by the fact that there are no difficulty options or game variations to choose from. I will say though that this is quite the novelty, being the only 2600 game to use the light gun, and it's a pretty impressive feat for the console. But this was 1990. Duck Hunt had already been out for 5 years at this point, which begs the question, why would you develop a game for a console that's on life support that needed an accessory that wasn't implemented for any game prior to the system? Maybe Atari thought this would extend the 2600's lifespan a little more, but obviously when you look at the fact that no other games in the library use the light gun, it didn't catch on. But like I said, just looking at it for what it is, this seems like a pretty playable game.